Hello, new friends. Welcome back. We're on day 2 of our core challenge of the new year. I am always going to be showing you the options just in case that you wanted to try option number 1, but you're like, oh my gosh, I can't have that good control that she talks about. No problem. Drop it to option 2. I will show it to you on the corner of the screen, but I do like to explain it just so you know kind of what you're looking for, all right? So for this very first one, we're actually going to be going through a leg raise, okay? So similar to how we had it on the very first day, what was that, with the flutter kicks and the hollow holds? On the second day, we're actually going to be diamonding up our fingers, and that diamond up of fingers is going to go underneath the small of our back to elevate that lumbar spine so that the core can take over, okay? Option number 1, head is off the ground, feet are together, knees are together, and what we're doing is we're raising our legs just until we come to about 90 degrees. So there's no need to hyperextend. There's also no need to raise your glutes off the ground. Those are versions, but we're not doing them today, okay? So this is your option number 1 right here, just up and down. You're having control, and of course you can follow along with my tempo. And option number 2, if you need to, lower your head onto the ground. And then option number 3, if you need to, no problem at all. Say you're feeling like a little lumbar twinge for whatever reason, you're just gonna extend one leg at a time. Raise your head off the ground if that feels good. If you're ready to progress, I want you to do 5 on the right, bend that knee, and then give me 5 on the left, okay? That way you're just alternating 5 and 5, just keeping it going until time runs out. So those are your leg raises or your single leg raises. Your second movement is going to be some accordions, in and out with your hands down onto the ground. Your feet are going to be together, knees are together, and you're going to extend those legs, lean back, bring those legs in, knee to chest, and squeeze that core as you come up. So inhale down, exhale up. Inhale and exhale. Say you're like, oh my gosh, this is way too much movement. I can't do this at all. No problem at all. Go ahead and come down onto the ground, hands underneath the small of your back, and just give me some leg tucks instead, okay? So you're just gonna be tucking with your knee. Try to bring those knees kind of to that 90 degree towards that chest with that intention, okay? Your next one is going to be an elevated toe touch. So your feet are going to be all the way up into the air. Try is always the key word to keep your knees straight. You want your toes to be flexed because you're trying to touch your toes, okay? In an effort to not have to pull on your neck, go ahead and support your neck or your head with one hand, all right? We're going to be alternating which hand touches the outside of our foot. And so that hand can kind of just always allow that head to just be placed there. That way we're never tempted to like pull on our neck and create some imbalances, because the point is to get stronger, okay? Say you're like, oh my gosh, that is way too much and I can't get that down. No problem. Bend those knees, and then what I want you to do is just touch those ankles instead, okay? So you're still getting some anti-rotation involved, and it's still a similar group, all right? And then we're finishing up with your last one. This is your option number 1. I call these side digs. I'm not sure if you've ever done these before, what you're used to calling them, but you're into a side plank. Your elbow is right underneath your armpit. Your hips, pay attention to those hips. You don't want them to drop. You want to use your core to keep them elevated. Not too much, just in that straight line, okay? So from here, we're gonna take our opposite hand, we're gonna reach under, and we're gonna extend up, all right? We're gonna take 20 seconds on one side, and then we'll switch 20 seconds on the next. Say you're like, girl, that's not happening. No problem. You're gonna take your opposite foot that was on top over and across. That can be your foundation. If you need more stability, drop your back knee, okay? And all you're gonna do is some hip dips instead of some hip digs, okay? You're still gonna feel those obliques firing off, and that's your option number 2, all right? So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna be working 30 seconds of that leg raise. Follow along with me, drop to a modification if you need to. We got 10 seconds, before we get started, okay? So leg raises first. Are you doing option 1 with me? And then allowing yourself to take option 2 if needed, whatever you need to do, okay? I'm gonna raise my head off the ground. Make sure you're inhaling and exhaling. We're controlling our reps. We're not necessarily trying to let those reps just go as fast as we can. That's why I wanted to do this core challenge with time instead of reps, so we can focus on quality and not quantity, because there's a very big difference there. I'm gonna lay my head down, because that feels right for me. What are you doing? Our next movement we got are gonna be our accordions, so it should be a really easy transition. Go ahead and take that sit up. Hands come down onto the ground, extend, lean back, bring it in to those knees. As you lean back, you might even touch those elbows down to the ground too. That's cool. You do you, all right? We have our elevated toe touches next. Are you in a knee tuck right now? Are you following along with me with these in and out accordions? What you got? What you got? And lower your head down onto the ground, feet come up, support that head, touching opposite foot every single time. Are you bending your knees? Are you touching those ankles instead? Guys, my core is already feeling amazing. And this is only round 1. We got another 2 rounds after this. We have those side plank diggers or those side plank hip dips next, all right? Here we go. We got 20 seconds on one side. Make every second count. Dig. The more you can bend through and open, the more you're properly recruiting those obliques and that core. Inhale, exhale. Make sure your hand is following along with you. When this timer goes off, let's go ahead and switch. Next side. We don't want to create any imbalances, right? Whole point is to get stronger. So as soon as you hear those buzzers go off, get ready to switch it on up. You guys get rest after this. You get to rewind our video. You get to start again. You got about 3 seconds. Finish strong. Dig it in. Open it up. And 3. And 2. And relax, relax, relax. Okay. Use this time to rewind our video. Remember, guys, you have 3 total times through. That's the completion of this day. All right? Enjoy.